Good morning, everybody. My name is JCorbin, and I'm here to present to you my topic, building character, the effects of theater on open-mindedness. So I'll start a little bit about myself. I am a very optimistic, outgoing person, and most of this was because I joined forensics my 8th grade year of high school. I love forensics. It's helped me change who I am today, and I love doing it ever since. Not only that, I'm also a theater geek. I love theater. I love any type of play. Basically, Hamilton now is currently my favorite musical. So other than that, I've also done things such as announcing for pep rallies, announcing for volleyball, and all that good stuff. However, for my senior internship, I was really torn between two different topics, physics and the other being computer science. My junior year of high school, I did the computer science program through BRVGS, which I am very happy taking that course. I have also taken the cybersecurity course through Governor's School this year, and I'm also loving that course. So my love for technology was kind of really tearing between me and my passion for forensics. However, I decided, let's just go with my passion. Let's just do what I love. I've done it for 5 years. So let's explore a new realm of theater and forensics. Up to my research question, how does theater positively affect social awareness? Now, I got to this question a little bit late. I was really trying to figure out what I wanted to do because I wanted to do something in theater that wasn't really done before. It's not really talked about. So what does this question really mean? It means that whenever you go see a play or a movie or something like that, you if it's on a specific theme, like Uncle Tom's Cabin, for example, even though the movie came out really after the book, it still gave us a more sense of like open-mindedness towards the theme of we should abolish slavery and all that good stuff. So I wanted to explore that feeling, like how does theater and how do movies and stuff like that really affect this sense of open-mindedness and social awareness. I did my internship at 4 County Players. I reached out to the University of Virginia's drama department, but I never got an email back. So I went to Ms. Wilson and I said, hey, I need to figure out something for my internship. Do you have any other ideas? And she said, well, why don't you try 4 County Players? I sent them an email, and the exact same day, I got an email back saying, we would love to have you. So if you don't know what 4 County Players is, it's in Barboursville, Virginia, and it's a small little community theater. They have about 5 plays each year, and I was on their career department for the Charlie Brown Christmas play. And I got paired up with my mentor, Jane Gargett. She is a wonderful person. She helped me out with a lot of things. She helped me realize a bunch of different aspects of theater, not just the acting proportion. I did a lot of things. I did prop development. I did critiquing the play, making sure it's better for opening nights. I helped out with rehearsals. I was kind of like a coach for people if they got nervous on stage and stuff like that. So that was very interesting. Moving back to my research question, though, I really was trying to figure out what I wanted to do. I also thought about breaking down the fourth wall. For those of you who don't know, the fourth wall is this imaginary wall that disconnects us as actors from the audience. So I wanted to think about breaking that fourth wall, because typically in theater, most of the time, the actors are in their own little space and they don't really interact with the audience. However, sometimes they actually interact with the audience members. They actually look them in the eyes and connect with them. And so I wanted to talk about that. My only problem with that topic was that I couldn't really come up with an analytical question for that. However, with open-mindedness and social awareness, A, it was a more interesting topic because it's not really talked about, and B, I could help form an analytical question. So after my research and after all that stuff, I decided that the answer to my question was morally based on human interaction. There were a lot of other minor things too, such as music and also set design. But human interactions are what really drove the sense of open-mindedness and the sense of social awareness. Because when you go to a play and an actor does a really good job of like conveying their emotions to the audiences, the audience members kind of react to that, having the same emotional response. So, for example, let's say a play has a part in the play where one of the actors dies or one of the family members dies. So a bunch of the actors are all sad, they're mourning over the death, and if they do it right, then the audience members feel that same empathy. And same thing with something that is a very social, controversial topic, such as racism or inequality and stuff like that. emotion. And most of the time, they do feel that sense of open-mindedness after watching the play because they become more, I guess, aware towards the issue at hand. So back to this, my little picture right here. This is at the Ford County Players. If you went into the door, there's like this poster board that had all the cast and crew members on it. And there's my little peanut character. It says the assistant to the director. I thought this was really funny. I really did, because I went and talked to them and I said, why didn't you put me as the assistant to the director? Why didn't you just put me as the intern or something like that? They said to me, we didn't think that the intern title was right for you because you did so much more than what an intern did. And I thought that was very happy. I was glad to know that I was being very helpful, being very responsible and everything to that cast and crew. Now, for my community service, the bulk of my community service hours were spent at Ford County Players doing set design days, because those technically, I wasn't bind to go to every single set day, just one. So I decided that the other set days were going to be spent for the bulk of my community service hours. However, I did need legacy. I needed to find something that I could do to give back to the community. So I thought about starting a play at the high school or the middle school, but unfortunately, due to time restrictions, I wasn't able to do that. So I decided to team up with JCorbin for the VTSS video as the acting proportion. Now, for JCorbin, his was the actual movie. Mine was the actual acting portion of it. I wanted to, how it relates to my internship and how it relates to my project, is that I wanted to have the target audience, which is mostly people who need to know what it means to be respectful. I wanted them to become more open-minded to that idea. People in school don't see school as something to be respectful for. The teachers, most of the time, they don't bring their stuff to class on time and all that stuff. Give that idea to everybody, and I wanted them to become more open-minded to the idea. And so that was where my legacy portion came in. Now, going back to why I wanted to do a topic in theater, mainly because typically classes that are around theater, speech, drama, and stuff, they aren't really looked upon as much as STEM-based courses. Some of the times they don't even get funded as much as the other courses. The goal of this project was not just because, oh, it's a cool idea, and I wanted to show them another aspect of theater that isn't really talked about. It's also to make people more open-minded to theater, minded to the idea of funny theater, because through the idea of making them more open-minded to certain issues, it helps them. Stuff should be funded more. Maybe this stuff should be looked at more as opposed to STEM courses. I'm not saying that we should cancel funding to all STEM-based courses, but we should also look towards the arts programs and focus more on STEAM rather than STEM. So what I really learned from my internship is, one, I didn't really want to pursue something in the theater arts and in college. I decided that it is a really good hobby, and I really enjoy doing theater. I really enjoy performing for forensics and all that stuff. However, I don't really think I want to pursue something like that in college. I feel like more on the edge of technology and more based on computers, I feel like I have a more sense of passion for that. So I wanted to pursue that in college. For improvements for my project, I definitely should have taken more pictures. I feel really bad that I didn't have as many pictures on this slideshow as I should have. Also, I really should have done a little bit more better time management. Other than that, I really enjoyed my internship. I really enjoyed my community service. I really enjoyed my internship and research and all that good stuff. So my future plans, I am going to George Mason University. I am going to be on their forensics program there, and I'm also going to be pursuing a major in computer science and possibly a minor in cybersecurity. And of course, I need to pursue both passions, not just forensics or not just computer science. I have the opportunity to be a part of a nationally recognized program. And so I'm not only happy, but I'm also grateful that I have the opportunity to do this type of work. My advice for all you rising seniors, obviously, though, don't procrastinate card, because I'm going to pull it out. I'm going to be the first one, definitely not the last one to say that. But also, really do a topic that you're passionate about. Really do something that you really wanted to do. If you're interested in your topic and you're passionate about your topic, then you shouldn't really have any problems with anything, because you would have so much fun doing your internship, you wouldn't even realize you're actually doing work. And that's how I kind of felt when I was doing my internship. I didn't really feel like I was doing work. I just felt like I was doing something, not just for me, but for the community and for 4 county players. And so with that, I really enjoyed it. With that being said, that is the end of my presentation. I am now open for questions. My official citations.
Very interested in this breaking down the fourth wall and how that enables to bring the audience into the experience of the character. You worked in theater, but then your project is in film. Did you learn anything about how breaking down that fourth wall is different?
How it's
live
different
theater as opposed to film? Or have any sense of that from doing both?
I feel like there's more of a connection in theater because it's actually, you can physically see the characters on stage as opposed to film. There's definitely an impact in film. However, I feel like necessarily that in theater it's more of a bigger impact than on film. Does that answer your question?
Getting there, heading that direction.
Okay. Do you want me to clarify a little bit?
Sure. You have more to say about it.
Let's see. So as opposed to like theater, you can actually go out and connect with them. You can really like go up to somebody and really interact with them this way. In film, you just really can't do that. You can just look at them through the TV screen or the computer screen or whatever platform it is that you're watching the film through.
Will there be ways at George Mason that you can combine the computer with your theater and forensics? I was thinking maybe there'd be a way you could use both interests.
I feel like through like computer science and through technical stuff, I could definitely help out with George Mason's theater program and also forensics. Morely aspected on the theater side, because I could do a lot of stuff with the tech crew and stuff like that. I could help with like visuals and stuff like that.
But you said you were going to do forensics rather than theater. Correct?
Well, I am going to be a part of their forensics team, but I'm also going to be majoring in computer science. So I'm doing forensics as more of like an extracurricular, like I'm doing in high school.
But not theater.
Not theater specifically.
Your premise seems to be that there will be a positive impact on open-mindedness.
Yes.
Is it possible that, and of course you don't know this yet because the film has not been shown,
Yeah.
is it possible that there will be a negative effect on open-mindedness?
Yes, and that was also what I should have said in my improvements. Like, due to the time restraints, I should have broadened my topic if I had more time, because not all the time it's going to be like, oh my gosh, this is such a big, look at this more. Sometimes it could actually make their bias even more, as opposed to actually being more open-minded to the topic. So if I had more time to do research, I would definitely explore that aspect.